Michael Selig is the chair, and no one's been seated on the commission. Guess
Mm.
why?
Yeah,
Because
right.
individuals don't want to have guardrails. And so it's truly the Wild West of a race to market for all of the different operators to get market share. And that, yeah, Martha Stewart. And that includes DraftKings, and the
Right.
sports are just going to have another tab there.
Yeah.
There's international ones. You know what? I'm not going to list them, but
No,
you
it
can,
reminds me of the early days of Bitcoin when
yeah.
those early coins, whether it be Doge or
Mhm.
Litecoin or Ethereum, Reddit,
Ethereum,
yeah, when those coins were all rushing to not quite ready marketplaces for those kinds of things to be added to 401ks or institutional investing to eventually sort of be Bitcoin where it skyrockets to $80,000. But
that's a perfect mention, because we've just had a release of a report that shows that the Trump family has made a couple $billion in
billion, yeah.
crypto, billion in crypto,
Yeah, billion.
and that was the
by
Wild West.
design.
That was the
Yeah.
Wild. I remember when I first got interested in it in terms of its practicality as a cool concept and mining through my laptop's graphics card. I remember it was like the Wild West where you could just pump and dump a coin. You could say, this is going to change the world. Here's a white paper that nobody could really understand, and have people sing its praises and pump that, coin's value up, and then never produce and just sell everything. And it got to be scams. And there were people who would run them all the time on these exchanges in the early days. And that reminds me of where we're kind of at writ large on a larger landscape with prediction markets, and because the money and the backing that's behind them.